9 Psychological Facts About Human Behavior. Number 1. Social Synchronization. Social synchronization is when we subconsciously synchronize our behaviors with those around us. Imagine you're in a group, and someone starts laughing, soon, you find yourself laughing too. Or imagine you're chatting with a friend who keeps touching their hair. Suddenly, you find yourself doing the same, even if your hair is perfectly fine. It's not a conscious decision but an automatic response wired in our brains. This invisible synchronization helps us build connections and share experiences without uttering a word, creating a shared rhythm within social interactions. Number 2. Decision Dilemma. Decision dilemma is akin to standing in a vast bookstore, drowning in countless book options. Picture having to choose just one book from the multitude, and instead of feeling excitement, you're overwhelmed with stress about making the perfect choice. This dilemma highlights that an abundance of choices can lead to decreased happiness. Our brains, striving to pick the optimal option, often get stuck, leaving us more anxious than content. Number 3. Corridor Conundrum. Corridor conundrum is comparable to walking into a corridor and suddenly blanking on why you entered. Envision being in the living room, recalling you need something from the kitchen, but upon entering, the purpose slips your mind. This occurs because transitioning between spaces seems to reset our brains, making it challenging to remember the initial intent. Each room becomes a distinct chapter, and moving between them creates a plot loss in our memory. Number 4. The frequency illusion. Ever encountered a new concept and suddenly noticed it everywhere? It's not coincidence, your brain has now tuned in to recognize it. It's akin to contemplating red cars and then spotting them all around. Our brains excel at detecting patterns, particularly with novel and captivating subjects, creating a heightened awareness of their presence in our surroundings. Number 5. The chessboard consequence. Envision immersing yourself in a game of chess for extended periods, and afterward, even during moments of non-play, you find mental images of chessboard patterns persisting. This phenomenon is labeled the chessboard consequence. It's as if your brain remains in a gaming state, replaying strategic patterns from the activity. This intriguing insight showcases how our minds can latch onto intense focus points, lingering in our thoughts even during routine activities. Number 6. Sunshine memory. Recall a camping trip where rain and bugs bothered you at the time. Now, when you think about it, you mainly remember the laughter and good times. This is sunshine memory or rosy retrospection. Our brains tend to beautify memories, portraying the past as happier than it might have been. It's as if our minds edit out the unpleasant parts, creating a highlight reel that focuses on joyful moments while downplaying the negatives. Number 7. The ostrich effect. Picture an ostrich burying its head in the sand to escape danger. Similarly, the ostrich effect in human behavior involves avoiding unpleasant realities by metaphorically hiding from them. It's when we ignore or overlook negative information, hoping that by not acknowledging it, we can maintain a sense of comfort or avoid dealing with challenging situations directly. This tendency to turn away from inconvenient truths reflects our inclination to protect our emotional well-being, even if it means not confronting the full picture of reality. Number 8. The glow bias. The glow bias, or halo effect, is akin to wearing glasses that make one positive aspect of a person overshadow everything else. Picture meeting someone incredibly funny, suddenly, you start assuming they're also intelligent, kind, and cool, even with limited evidence. It's when our brains latch onto one positive trait, using it to create a positively biased perception of the entire person. It's like witnessing someone assist an elderly lady and promptly concluding they must be exceptional in every aspect. Number 9. The pattern mirage. Ever gazed at clouds and spotted shapes like animals or faces? Our brains excel at detecting patterns, even in random stimuli. Consider flipping a coin, you might perceive a pattern, like heads occurring more often. However, in truth, it's just the result of random chance. Our brains are naturally wired to seek order in chaos, attempting to find patterns in what is essentially a collection of unrelated events.